Biafra, superstars, media.
My fellow Biafrans, how on a day today? I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending from where you're listening to the sound of my voice. This is the Biafra Superstars Media, and I'm holding it down. I say, may God bless Biafra, and may God bless His Excellency, Oyendo Nnamdi Kanu. May God bless, may God bless, may God bless, may God bless, may God bless His Excellency, the Prime Minister of Biafra, USB, His Excellency, ESN, Ekpa, Simon and Joko, for the job Simon is doing. Simon, I want to say we thank you, we appreciate you, we love you, because we know in your hands Biafra has come, in your hands Biafra will be safe, and in your hands, now that Biafra has come, the people of Biafra will rejoice. When I say the people, I mean the men, the women, the children, the old, the young, the sick, the mild, the gentle, the civilized and the uncivilized, those born in Biafra and those born in the bite of Biafra. The spirit is here. The spirit is here. Things are falling to the floor. The spirit of Biafra is here. So I repeat, those born in Biafra and those born in the bite of Biafra, we shall all come together under one voice, under one accord, under one union, under one government, and under one God, under one God, under one God, to scream for Hallelujah Day, the day that the God of Biafra has made. Fellow Biafrans, today what I'm hearing, you will not believe it. What I'm hearing from that damnable republic called Nigeria, you won't believe it. Today in the 21st century, at a time when the world is competing for who will dominate the era of the AI, artificial intelligence. However, in that so-called Nigeria today, they are now going into a deal, entering into a partnership, a peace treaty with terrorists that they love to call the bandits. You won't believe what I'm hearing today. That even the media in that so-called Nigeria, they are condoning such discussions. Those that say they believe in Nigeria, God bless Nigeria, Nigeria go better. Those that believe in Nigeria, the advocates that speak in favor of one Nigeria, they've kept numb. That your government, your communities, they are now having a peace treaty with terrorists that they nickname bandits. You won't believe this. You will think we are in the moon. That only somewhere else can such a thing happen. But in Nigeria, suddenly the government of Nigeria, the communities, the clerks, the clergymen, the so-called Islamic clerics are going into partnership to broker a peace deal with terrorists in Nigeria. They call them, the farmer and herders clash. They call them bandits. They call them criminals. They use subtle names to fool the gullible. And now they are going into a peace treaty with them. You won't believe me when I'm saying this, but I want you to take your time and watch this video. Listen to the conversation and it will blow your mind. Suddenly, they are going into a peace treaty with the terrorists, the Islamic terrorists. But when it comes to Biafra land, they come with the guns. They come with their ammunitions. They go to take loans from the Western world to buy ammunitions to kill the Biafrans, those asking for freedom, liberation, those that say they don't want to be part of this nonsense, this terrorism happening in Nigeria. Those that refuse to be Islamized in that so-called Nigeria. Your military has the power to come to the land to kill us. But when it comes to the headsmen, when it comes to terrorists, when it comes to Boko Haram, ISIS, ISWAP, Lakorawa, suddenly, the one they call Christopher Musa, he is nowhere to be found. Your CDS, your so-called chief of defense staff, he's nowhere to be found. He's playing dumb. He's playing naive. Suddenly the clerics, the Islamic clerics, they claim they are going to discuss to broker a peace deal with them. Hey, even you, Brutus. Well, You can only expect the worst from Nigeria. But I never knew they can stoop this low. I never knew that zoo called Nigeria can stoop this low. Fellow Biafrans, listeners all across the world, without any much further ado, you will not believe what you will hear, but please, in Nigeria, elephants can fly. Believe whatever you hear in this video. Believe in whatever you hear in this so-called video you're about to listen to. If you're ready, let's go there. Watch this.
Staying with security-related matters, Safana local government area in Katsina State has become the latest community to enter into a formal peace agreement with armed groups operating in the region. This development follows similar arrangements in Jibia, Basari, and Damusa local government areas.
Listen.
The Rise News correspondent confirms that the peace pact was signed following a negotiation brokered between traditional authorities alongside community members and the bandits themselves. Well, the agreement includes 20 conditions. Key among them is an end to violence and abductions, along with ensuring that farmers and herdsmen can access farmlands and towns without harassment. The peace deal will see residents of neighboring communities have free access to hospitals, markets, and other essential amenities. This is the latest non-kinetic agreement between locals and terrorists. Only recently, notorious terror kingpin Bello Turji had reportedly released 32 kidnapped victims following a peace meeting with some clerics in Zamfara State.
Right, to analyze the security implications of recent peace deals between local councils and armed bandits in Katsina State, Wing Commander Musa Salmanu, retired, is a security expert, and Dr. Sani Abdullahi Shinkafi, Executive Director, Patriots for the Advancement of Peace and Social Development. Thank you, both of you gentlemen, for joining us on News Night. Let me start with you, Dr. Sani Abdullahi. I do gather that you are part of striking or entering into these peace deals with bandits. What guarantees really can you give Nigerians, especially those in the most affected areas, that these peace deals have actually come to stay, that these people, these bandits, will not take up arms against the state again?
Listen.
Yeah, you see, banditry has forced a significant danger in the entire Northwest region for more than a decade now. And any peace deal you have entered with a armed bandit, it will fail woefully. These armed bandits, they are not reliable, they are not honest, they are not sincere. Whatever peace and reconciliation you entered into them, at the end of the time or at the end of some period of time, it will collapse. Zamfara State government, previous administration have entered into this peace deal with this bandit. The administration of Abdulaziz Yari, administration of Bello Matole, even in Katsina State, the immediate past governor of Katsina State, Aminu Bello Masari, have entered into peace deal with this armed bandit, but it has collapsed. So, in accordance with the Islamic teachings and tradition, in all the scriptures of the Holy Quran and the Hadith collection,
listen,
there was no any prohibition for going into peace dialogue with armed bandit or a terrorist. There was no such thing. So even the Islamic clerics visiting the Bello Turji in his enclaves, Islamically, there was no any such prohibition. So the clerics should visit to the Turji hideout is a serious failure on the part of the government. It is to show the failure of the security apparatus in Nigeria. If a Islamic cleric can visit Bello Turji in his hideout 3 times last month, and the chief of defense staff in many occasions have been making some motivational speeches saying Bello Turji days are numbered. The Minister of Defense, Abakar Badaru, visited troops in Zamfara State. He declared that Bello Turji should be killed or should be brought alive.
Just hold it there for me first. This is the problem I have. This is the level of the intellectuals that you have in that so-called Nigeria. And you expect people like us that are advanced to be conforming with the people like this? See their level of intelligence. See the way they speak. See their IQ, very, very low and shallow. Primitive minds. The way they reason is very, very shallow and backwards. The way they communicate. You can't even hear what they're saying in the 21st century, and you expect people like us, the well-educated, those who know their onion, you expect people like us to conform, to bow down to people like this? This is why that zoo called Nigeria can never work. Because the worst amongst you is leading the best amongst you. It's a problem. That's a very big problem. Because they cannot give you what they don't have. When they try to do something, they don't have the capacity, the knowledge, the technical know-how, the ability, capability to turn things around. That's why the economy will keep on going down the drain. They are myopic and very, very shallow. They are inept intellectually. And you expect people like us, the Biafrans, to conform with a system like this. See the way that man is speaking. Like a primary 2-year-old, child trying to learn how to speak English. I'm not here to insult him. That's their level. That's their, that's their scale when it comes to performance. That's their own range. It's okay. That's their level. That's fine. But the problem is when you now try to superimpose people like this to rule those who are very educated, those who want to compete with America, those who want to compete with Japan, Germany, France, England. That's the problem. That's why Nigeria cannot be for us. Because we the Biafrans, we don't have time discussing banditry and cows and Ruga in the 21st century. We don't have the time. We want to compete with the best, those that claim to be the best. We want to compete with the world that claim to be the best. We want Biafra to be ranked amongst equals. But in your zoo called Nigeria, you keep on slowing us down. Your politicians, they're all criminals. They are backward. I sometimes wonder, what the hell do you guys want in that zoo called Nigeria? What do you really want? Nepotism is at an all-time high. Tribalism at an all-time high. Now even Islamization is taking place before your eyes. And now they are saying, oh, they are doing deals with bandits. They've changed the name from terrorist to bandits. But they will call IPOB a terrorist group. They will call Nnamdi Kanu the leader of a terrorist. But those you are seeing here carrying guns, AK-47, they are calling them headsmen and bandits. Banditry. And your zoo dirty gutter media in Nigeria, you conform to this nonsense. You only call a spade when it comes to the Biafrans. Your laws only work when it has to do with those who are from the Biafran enclave. That's the only time your laws work. Look at the case of the airline. A young girl who was abused, stripped naked. Somehow your law still got her to be locked up in Kirikiri, despite not even going to court. But Oshomole can do what he did. Kwamwan can create a hostage situation. Kwamwan the singer could stand on the runway of a plane. But nothing happens to him. He is above the law. He was not arrested. He was not locked up. That's the problem. That's why your country will never work. Tribalism or no tribalism, your country is dead. Nigeria is dead. Whether you like it or not, because the fundamentals are not right. The fabrics that makes a nation, you cannot find it in that zoo called Nigeria. That now they are calling terrorists bandits. Hi! No, wow, God have mercy. Very, very shameful and dirty people. A very backward people. Animals in human form. Let's just continue and play on, please.
They have collapsed.
All All right, Dr. Shinkafi, thank you for that. Let me bring into this conversation retired Wing Commander Musa Salmanu. Thank you for being on the show tonight. But you've heard him. But there are supporters who say that these agreements are working. In fact, in Katsina State, Safana is the 4th local government to go into such agreements. Some vow that the previous 3 have been working. God. But on the other hand, you have critics who say that this serves as a dangerous precedent and that it is effectively rewarding many years of violence and kidnapping. What do you say, retired Wing Commander?
Well, so let's start from the people that are affected. Maybe those that have been kidnapped and have been in the bush for so many months. Some were told for even more than a year or so, even years. For those, they wouldn't care about the semantics at whether there was a peace deal or something. The most important is that they have regained their freedoms and they're back home.
No matter what, you don't dialogue with terrorists. That's the mantra. Everywhere you go, you do not negotiate or dialogue with terrorists. I don't care if there will be casualties. You don't dialogue or negotiate with terrorists. Don't come here and say, oh, those who were free. Yes, those who were in captivity, they will always thank God. They will always be happy to be freed. But the policy, the mantra is you don't negotiate with terrorists. But in Nigeria, elephants can fly. So ride on. Ride on.
Talk about the farmers that have the opportunity to go back to their farms because of these so-called peace deals, and the locals or the immediate communities that are able to go back to a semblance of normality of their work. However, that is not where the issue is. The issue is this is an erosion of the basis of a state.
Right.
Now, when we talk about the basis of a state, which is that the social contract, which says that the individual out of free will concedes some of these rights that they have in return for protection, in return for ensuring that their lives, properties, and dignity are protected. Now, if that fundamental or the basis of the state is attacked and sustained, and to an extent to which the state cannot push back, then we have a fundamental problem. And until that is addressed, whatever cosmetics that we do, whatever short-term gains that we are having now must be interrogated in a way that ensures that
you think they are short-term, not sustainable.
Well, the first speaker alluded to so many instances. He has stated that in this same state that we're talking about, there have been issues like this in terms of saying that there are agreements with bandits. But how come years after we are back?
Let me show you
with bandits. But how come years after we are back on the same path? So that means there is something fundamental that was not done, or something fundamental that is not being taken care of.
No. The fundamental fact is that there is a hidden agenda taking place. The Islamization of Nigeria. That now it's a norm. It's okay now to psychologically say, oh, we've got into a partnership with the terrorists that you all call bandits. For the fact you are using a different word to describe them, it tells me you are all in it together. A terrorist is a terrorist. Don't come and call them bandits. When they strike, don't say, oh no, it's a farmer and herders clash. That's the games you play for the vulnerable ones. Those that believe in Nigeria, the blind, the deaf, the vulnerable, those that don't know what is going on. And now, suddenly now, the new blueprint will be, oh, go into partnership with them, go into a peace treaty with them. Can't you see it is working in Zamfara? There is now peace in Zamfara. It is working in Kanu. There is now peace in Kanu. So we are demanding the other states should go into a peace treaty with the so-called bandits. That's the psychology. And before you know it, the bandits, they'll be roaming around your whole area, your whole community, your states. And you claim, oh, there's a peace deal. We are friends now. They had a 20-point agenda in the peace deal. In a treaty, in a peace deal, it is both ways. Both parties, they gain their own part of the deal. So what's the deal? What part of the deal have you got for the terrorists that you call bandits? These are the things they will not tell you. But very soon now, the one they call Christopher Musa, a Fulani man with a Christian name, that you call your chief of the defense staff, very soon he'll come out and say, oh, the blueprint now is to go into a partnership with those guys, go into a peace treaty. I've checked everything. It is working in Zamfara. Today, there is peace in Zamfara. So the other states, don't cry about it. Benue, Plateau, Anambra, Kwara, don't complain about banditry. Go into a peace deal with them. Get your clerics, get your pastors, your imams to get into a so-called deal with them. And that's where there'll be peace. And one of the conditions is Ruga. You must give them the chance to have their cows in a concentrated area called Ruga. That's the next game that is coming. You don't know that Ruga is a way to give them an enclave, a fort in your community, where they will now come. They abode there. Before you know it, the Ruga will be so, the land, the area used will be so vast. There will be thousands of people living there in the name of herding their cows. They call it a farm ranch, a cow ranch for them to, ranches taking place all across Nigeria. It's an agricultural revolution in that so-called Nigeria. There will be meat everywhere, surplus of meat. We're going to have ranches all across the country. Not knowing what you are creating is your own demise. You are creating the environment for them to come in and take over your land, because they will strike your community, they will strike your village, they will strike your state from those branches. That's their fort, their fortress. You guys are very stupid sometimes. You guys are so myopic. You claim to be the giant of Africa, but in the 21st century, you are discussing cows, Ruga, and ranches. You are going into a peace treaty with terrorists. You are negotiating with terrorists, the real terrorists. But a people asking for their freedom, the Biafrans, you have tagged IPOB, 80 million people, as terrorists. IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra. Indigenous people of Biafra, you tagged us. You proscribed us as terrorists. And the whole country were happy. Yes, punish the Igbos. Igbo. The Igbo must go. There is fire on the mountain. You are pointing on your neighbor, the Igbos. Punish them, kill them. You do your so-called election, kill the Igbos, burn their houses, burn their businesses, and you think everything is fine. You think by doing so, the Fulani cabal will somehow change the agenda. You think by playing the role of a coward, somebody slapped you in the class, you turned around, you are beating somebody else in pretense, and the bully is there laughing at you. Today, as we speak, there is siege going on in Kwara. People are abandoning their villages, their communities in Kwara State. The Yorubas, they are abandoning their communities in Kwara. That's the game. That's the way they roll. A coward, a fool will die 1,000 times before they meet their real death. You guys know the problem. Your media, your Yoruba media, you know the problem, but you keep on playing to the gallery, pretending like everything is fine, everything is sweet. Oh no, just pretend and blame the Igbos. Then somehow the Fulani cabal, they will work with us. We have a partnership with the cabal. We have a mutual understanding, a relationship between the North and the Southwest. It seems like you guys, you have not learned from your ancestors. The one they call Afonja. You have not learned from the story of Afonja. When he went into a partnership with who? Alimi. He went into a partnership with who? Alimi. a Fulani man, a warrior with his cows, headsmen, his concubines. At first, everything looks nice. It was looking rosy. It was looking smooth. They worked together to destroy their communities or the other communities, to steal the lands of the other people, to control the other people. That's the real Alafi of Oyo had to abandon his kingdom, his throne, his empire, and moved to the new place they call Oyo State. Everything looked rosy at first. Everything looks like, yeah, this partnership is working between Afonja and Alimi. Until the children of Alimi grew up to become adults. That was when the problem started. The first son of Alimi, the one they call Abdul Salami, became the leader of the military. And as the good books have it, as the historians have it, when Afonja passed away, Alimi passed away. Abdul Salami, the son of Alimi, rose up and said, he is now the king. He is the strongest amongst his equals. So he declared himself king and said, if anyone does not conform to his new declaration, let him come and fight him in a battle. The Yorubas, they were shocked that a stranger, the son of a stranger, can make such a proclamation. And most of them, they ran away because they were so scared to fight the army of Abdul Salami. Today, that history is repeating itself. Today, the history about Afonja and Alimi is repeating itself. And somehow, they pretend they don't know what's going on. They pretend they can't even see the handwriting on the wall. They pretend. They claim to be the most educated, but they pretend not to see the hand. They cannot see the trajectory that zoo called Nigeria is going. Sometimes this is the anger I have with our good neighbors, the Yorubas. This is the anger. So sometimes when I think this thing, I say, why are you guys playing this kind of games? Why are you, eating with the devil when you know there's a problem? You know the devil can never be trusted, but you keep on playing this game. You believe in Tinubu. Oh, okay, now he's about to do 4 years, Abi. He may do his 8 years. Then afterwards, let me see you guys come and claim, say, oh, Yoruba nation, we want our freedom. And let's see who will listen to you guys. This game you are playing, it will consume you, your people, and your land. You guys must learn to call a spade a spade. You must learn to call a spade a spade. What is happening is not politics. We the Biafrans crying for our freedom, we ain't doing politics. Today as we speak, our leaders, they are in jail. Nnamdi Kanu is held somewhere in Nigeria, kidnapped from Kenya, brought to Nigeria. Simon Ekpa is held somewhere in Finland. Through a partnership, a deal, an agreement, a pact between Nigeria and Finland. Today, our warriors, our men on ground, they are killing them. Your soldiers, they have left the terrorists. They've come all the way with their ammunitions to Biafra land to kill the children of God. And somehow you people say, oh no, don't trust the Igbos. What they are doing is politics. They don't want freedom. What they are doing is politics. They believe in Peter Obi. Can you imagine the kind of talk? That with the Biafrans, what we are doing is for Peter Obi. Okay, don't worry. Keep on playing yourself. Keep on playing yourself. Keep on playing yourself. One day, monkey will go for market, come back. We've told you guys, go and join your brother, Chief Dr. Sunday Adeyemo, aka Sunday Igboho. Go and join your brother. He knows the truth. Go and join him and free yourself. But you say no. There's a partnership between the Fulani and the Yorubas. We're in politics. It's okay now, we're in politics. You signed an agreement with Mietiala to come with your cows into your state. It's a partnership. Bring your cows to your state, but allow our farmers to farm in the land. All will be well. The same mistake Afonja made, you are making the same mistake today. I'll leave it here, my people. So sometimes, I get so angry speaking to those that believe in Nigeria. The deaf, the dumb, and the blind. Sometimes I just feel we should just fold our hands and watch them get consumed by Boko Haram, ISIS, ISWAP, Lakurawa. Watch them, face jihad heads on when they tell you Islam or die. Convert to Islam or your head is chopped off. Guillotine. But because we love our people sometimes, that could be one name for the love of your brother. Sometimes we just have to keep on speaking. We just have to keep on speaking to you guys to listen. You guys don't listen. You guys don't listen. Now they are discussing a peaceful pact, a peaceful agreement, a peaceful deal for the terrorists to live with you guys amicably. That's the meaning of that peaceful deal. The terrorists, they are going nowhere. They will remain in your land. Terrorists remain in your land, and they will have a peace deal with them. Are you okay? Are you guys okay? Are you guys okay? Can this happen in USA, where terrorists that come to destroy USA, somehow the US government will not go into a peace deal with them to abode in the USA? Stay with them, but don't kill us, You allow the farmers to go around, Don't kill us, so please. This is a deal. Is it possible? No. You fight them heads on, you destroy them, you chase them. There will be casualties from both sides. It's normal. But you don't go into a deal, no peace treaty, no agreement with the terrorists. It's not done. It's not done. And the Western world, they are watching this, but they play dumb. They pretend not to see what's happening. They pretend. Instead, we're hearing about USA that they are trying to do a deal with Nigeria to give them guns and bombs and all those nonsense, to fight the terrorists. But today you are hearing that Nigeria is going into a peaceful deal, a peace treaty with terrorists. Hey, Lord have mercy. Hey, I'll leave it here. For those that have ears, let them hear. For those with ears, those that have ears, let them hear. If not, Nigeria will consume you. You guys playing games, playing dumb, thinking this is politics. Nigeria will consume you all. We the Biafrans, we have left you. Whether the devil like it or not, we the Biafrans, we have left. I don't care how long we must implement Biafra. Be it 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 100 years. We have left you. The divorce is done. We ain't coming back. And if you refuse us our freedom, we shall keep on fighting until this world comes to an end. I rest my case. For those that have ears, let them hear. For those that have ears, let them hear.
Yeah, check me out. Superstars Media. Lord Logan, Bloomington, Lord Logan, and it's Wild Flora Show. 1914 amalgamation is what we dying for. 3 nations to 1 nation, ever since annihilation. Nepotism is nonsense. You and you, clap your hands. Biafra gonna come, clap your hands. Biafra, Oduduwa, we're free now. Freedom is gonna come, we're free now.
Hold it there. Hold on there.
Hold it there, my people. Do you all even catch the lyrics in that jingle? In the outro, do you just catch what I said in that jingle? About Lord Lugard, the one they call Lord Lugard, and his wife, Flora Shaw. Did you catch what I said? The lyrics of what I said in that jingle. Let me break it down, because sometimes you guys, you are difficult in learning or hearing. You pretend you don't hear what I was saying there. I said, and I quote, blame it on Lord Lugard and his wife, Flora Shaw. 1914 amalgamation is what we are dying for. 3 nations to 1 nation. Ever since annihilation, nepotism, it's nonsense. You and you, clap your hands, clap your hands. Biafra is going to come. Clap your hands, clap your hands. Biafra, Ududua, we are free now. Our freedom is going to come. We are free now. End of quotes. Today, we the Biafrans, we are free. My brother, the Ududua, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Because I've always put you guys. I've had high hopes for you guys. You guys claim you are the most educated in that zoo called Nigeria. You are the most vast, the most learned. So I had belief in you that you know what is right and what is wrong. So in my lyrics, I said, blame it on Lord Lugard and his wife, Flora Shaw. 1914 amalgamation is what we are dying of. 3 nations to 1 nation. He made 3 nations to 1 nation. Ever since annihilation, nepotism, racism, tribalism, this is nonsense. You and you, clap your hands, clap your hands. Biafra is going to come. Clap your hands, clap your hands. Biafra, Oduduwa, we are free now. Freedom is going to come. We are free now. Lord have mercy. I made those lyrics when I saw my brother Chief Sunday Igboho rose up for his people. I was inspired by God to add the Yorubas to that freedom, the redemption of a people. I wasn't being selfish. I didn't just speak of my people, the Biafrans alone, because I have this love, affinity for the Yorubas.